Hey everybody, I reached into the bag of locks that I got from Bill Bacardi and spent the last half hour trying to pick the most evil thing I've ever tried to pick, or possibly the most annoying. I think I finally got a tensioning method down where I could actually hold on to this barrel and get some, tension on that core. But I got to work on something a little bit better, so we're going to revisit this one. I might make a new tensioner that is shorter, and that way it won't flop around on me so much. So while we're at it, I got this bag of stuff that Bill Bacardi sent, and let's take a look at it. You know what, I want to pick this American lock. I love American locks and I love West Coast Picks locks. So let's go ahead and go with this one. This is the Blue 6 by West Coast Picks. And, I haven't deleted my video of the attempts of this, and I might keep it up there as some sort of like outtake reel or something. It's, you guys might find it funny just to watch me fail and struggle and cuss over and over and over again. So let me get my tension wrench out for this one. Oop, might have if I use the right side. And there's generally two ways I like to pick this one. I like to pick this one, or these type of locks with a steep hook from the bottom. And probably my favorite one to use would be a Reach from Sparrows and 20,000ths. But I'm going to try one of my homemade picks and see if I've thinned it down enough to reach from the bottom. Okay, I click there on 5, 6. Okay, a little click from 1, and it put me into a little bit of, one put me into a nice false set there. A little counter rotation, okay. Got that one picked. A little bit deeper false set. Let me switch to the Reach. I don't think I've thinned that one down quite enough. I'm just oh, there we go. I thought that may have slipped on up there. I didn't have enough tension on it to tell right away, but I think that was pin 3. So let's take this thing out, and as usual, West Coast Picks made a pretty fun lock here. I'm definitely going to revisit that darn, I think of what, Cobra lock or something like that. I'm definitely going to revisit that sucker. Alright, so I need a screwdriver to take this Phillips screw out. The nut and everything just drops out the bottom. No bypass, but it's a challenge lock. We don't need to bypass challenge locks. I probably do need to stay in frame though. That might help. I don't think much is going well for me tonight, guys. There we go. Alright. We got that gutted. And I'm going to need a shim to shim this gap because I don't have a half moon follower. And as you can see, I've got shims already out here on my tray. And let me open up my drawer and get my skinny follower. And there we go. We can see all 6 pins. One looks like reduced diameter on the top. And it's also serrated. It's very nice. Serrated on pin 2. Serrated. Well, we'll have to zoom in on these. These are a little bit small to see, and I can see these better through the camera lens. Alright, and we're looking at the core or plug here, and I'm not seeing any modifications to the plug whatsoever. Okay, and my tweezers are right here. I've got a serrated copper spring, homemade serrated copper spring, a spooled T-pin, homemade, with a copper spring, another T-pin that is serrated with a steel spring, six has a homemade kind of a mushroom serrated combination, copper spring, and I've got a spool here in 5, and the last one is a copper spring. So the only spring he changed was in chamber 4. And he definitely didn't thread anything in here either. Okay, so let's zoom in and get a real good look at these. Zoom out just a smidge so I can get a little bit better focus. There we go. Alright, so in chamber 1, I've got this serrated T-pin. And it looks like homemade serrations, very fine serrations. Then a standard serrated that comes in American lock. A short little serrated pin. And normally the pins that are this short in American locks are not serrated, so he did that. Very nice. And a very cool looking barrel / serrated spool combination. Very cool pin. And I imagine that wasn't easy to create in that small a size either. Then we got a spool with a sharp lip on it. I've got a T-pin that also has an interesting shape to the inside of that spool. There's a little bit of a serration there. Then I've got a serrated, and it's got an extra serration on it, so that's a homemade serrated. Then I've got this really neat little serrated wedding cake. Very cool pin. Then I've got a T-pin key pin that is also serrated for 5. And another, the inner of that kind of looks like a barrel again, and there's a little serration up here by the top of this. And I've got another short key pin with 2 serrations, and this guy right here. Kind of like a spool on the top half and a wide serration on the bottom half. So really interesting. West Coast Picks, cool lock, man. And Bill Bacardi, thanks for sending it. Thank you for my evening of entertainment today. And everyone else, I hope you had a good time hanging with me. Please stay safe. Don't do anything illegal. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe.